This is Brother Kasha Quala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Achapadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. This is going to be a fairly quick, swift lesson, just in the spirit, You know what I'm saying? You know, this is going to be like an admonishment. You know, an admonishment is like a stern advice or warning, you know. And I don't know what I'm going to name this. I'll figure it out. But, you know, just all I'm going to say is tighten up. And I'm going to start with this script, Deuteronomy 30:19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live, that thou mayest love the Lord thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life, and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. So the reason I'm bringing this out, the Spirit is coming down pretty sternly and sharply right now. You know, we're pretty much, since 2023 popped off, we're only 9 days into it. Currently, we've been seeing a lot of judgment already. You know, it's been a week into this, and we've been seeing a whole bunch of judgment. You know, a whole bunch of athletes, celebrities getting judged, people dying, and the Lord's cleaning up shop within Israel too. I'm just gonna put that as a general statement out there. And that general statement is to go to show you that you're not exempt. I'm not exempt. Your wife ain't exempt. Your kids ain't exempt. You know, so stop fucking moving around like you are. You see what I'm saying? Make sure you get your shit straight. You know what I'm saying? You better tighten up, you know, when it comes down to little petty things. Well, I'm not even gonna say petty. It just is what it is. You know, probably one thing that comes to mind, you know, first top of the head, man, just cut your fucking hair, man. You know, I done heard it plenty of times from the heads of my camp. I done heard it plenty of times from the apostles. They even said if your hair, you know, isn't like theirs, that's an issue. And you see, they keep a low cut. You know what I'm saying? They keep a low cut. And I'm gonna say this too, just to encourage others who may have hair. I'm gonna say it bluntly. You know, I can't tell you what to do. I can encourage you. I can, you know, give you advice. I can do that. And that's what I'm doing here. It's just gonna be extremely frank. I used to have braids. I used to have, you know, whatever you want to call them. What is it? You know, a big afro. You know, my hair grew pretty straight. You know what I'm saying? And it made it look a certain way. You know, it made it look like I had twists when I had them out my hair. You know, may put it in a ponytail or something like that, whatever. But like back in 2019, I cut that crap off because me personally, I heard I'll be real, you know, I think it was a lesson that Apostle Ramlab did a while back. He said he used to have long hair, and he cut it because he thought having long hair was kind of childish. So that made me want to cut it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no big afro or braids or things of that nature. So I cut it. At the end of the day, hair grows back. Fuck it. You see what I'm saying? So if this has been, I don't know why this is an ongoing issue. Just cut your fucking hair. You see what I'm saying? But that's up to you. You know, it's not hard. You know, get what do they call it? Like a low cut Caesar or whatever. I don't know. Like get a one all around. It's not hard to cut your hair. And it's easier to maintain. And on top of that, we're going into war. If you have long hair, that's another obstacle or another, I don't know how to say it, source or whatever that the enemy can use against you if you do look it up in history. You look up history, even with the Romans, they all had their hair cut low so the opposing forces couldn't grab anything on them. You know, that's just that. But if you want to keep your hair, go ahead and walk that tightrope. Be my guest. But I'm not, you know. The Spirit has came down plenty of times for bros to cut their head. You know what I'm saying? It's just not hard. You know what I'm saying? So going back to Deuteronomy 30 and 19, you know, it says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you that I have set before you life and death. So the Lord is literally setting us before us life and death. Now, one thing that we do understand with being in His faith, we understand that there was a period, we're in a period of liberty, grace, and mercy. But let me say this, that period is you ever been in a dark room and then outside that room is some light and then you kind of crack the door and it's just a sliver of light? That's the grace, the liberty, and the mercy that is being shown. Meaning the door is about to shut. So any little wrong thing that has been addressed by your higher ups or just simply by the Spirit and you fail to complete it, the Lord is going to make the move. So stop walking around thinking shit sweet. You see what I'm saying? Me personally, if I had long hair during this moment and I heard the apostles, especially watching that stream they did, mention it, I'm cutting my hair that night or the next morning. Simple. There's no discussion. That's just what it is. But again, I can't tell a man what to do. So if you want to walk that tightrope, be my guest. Another thing, if you have an issue with the doctrine or if you have an ought with a brother, address it. Say something. So either you can get you can get understanding with whatever it is. Hold no grudges, no nothing of that sense. All right. 2023 has shown that the Lord is not fucking around. He's not messing around right now. So if you ain't getting your crap together, you will be the next one on the chopping block. Or if you don't want to be on the chopping block, the scriptures say what? Kiss the son lest he be angry. But I'm going to pull out one of my favorite in the book of Jude. All right. And I compare this to being a teacher's pet. Jude 1:21, keep yourselves in the love of the Most High, looking for the mercy of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach unto eternal life. So keeping yourself in the love of the Most High is doing every little thing that he says, like a teacher's pet would. You see what I'm saying? So it would behoove you to just cut that hair short as Apostle Ramlav's, Apostle Gabar's, Apostle Rechai, and Apostle Tahar. Okay? It would behoove you to cut your hair that short. I mean, the Spirit just got me talking about the hair. That's just what it is. But the notion of the matter, or the message I'm trying to push and portray is, we don't have a lot of room to fuck up anymore. That's simply what I'm trying to say. We don't have room. So if you are a man in this thing, in this truth of ours, like Apostle Bar likes to say, you should be in order, because you're not being in order or taking heed to the Spirit is not only putting yourself on the chopping block, but let's continue to read verse 19 and we'll see what else you're putting on the chopping block. It says, I set before you life and death, blessings and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. So you not listening to the Spirit is not only putting you on the chopping block, but you are putting other lives in danger as well. It's not just about you. Get your act together. Whoever this needs to go to, whoever. But this is automatically going to myself, because we do these epistles, especially when, encouraging epistles. And what I mean by epistles, letters, but this is like a virtual letter or videos. We do these epistles first and foremost to ourselves. Admonishments, encouragements, exhortations. We're always speaking to ourselves. But whoever this is feels like this, I'm directing this towards you, well, guess what? It's towards you. I don't have anything in mind. But if you feel like I'm directing this towards you, well, I'm directing it towards you then. You see what I'm saying? You not taking heed of the Spirit is not only putting your status in jeopardy, but others as well. And that's going to be on you. Verse 20, it says that thou mayest love the Lord thy power, and we understand what love is. Doing what he says, that's what love is. So if the Spirit comes down to have us do one thing or the other, don't sigh or don't grunt. Just fucking do it. You're a soldier. Soldiers are yes, sir. And then go complete the mission. Ain't no talk back. It says, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life and the length of thy days. He controls. He controls you. He controls your when you come and your expiration date. He controls it all. All right. It says that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. And that still applies. We're still not in the land that he gave our forefathers. So follow the Spirit and let that apply to you. Jeremiah 15:1. And this is going to show you that the Lord is not playing. If you thought he was. So Jeremiah 15:1. Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. Let's continue. That's pretty self-explanatory. Verse 15. So like it, verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine, and such as for the captivity to the captivity. The Lord is not playing around. And I could keep going in this chapter to show you that he ain't playing. But it'll just behoove you just to stay in order. This goes to you men, to you women who are with these men, particular men, to these children, to your family members. It goes towards everybody, including myself and yourselves. Figure it out. Get your act together. You see what I'm saying? Get your act together. Get the basics down. Go back through the breakdowns. Make sure you have everything right. Go back through your prayers. You know, you ain't too good to go back through the basics. And then just listen to the admonishments, the stern warnings that you've been given. The warnings that you've been given is called love. Don't disregard it, or the Lord's going to disregard you. All right? So I just had to put that out there. And I'm going to say it again, man, because the apostles were adamant about that. Just cut your fucking hair. Just cut your hair. Simple. Most heads of camps that I see across the nation, across the globe, the heads of camps, all their hairs are short. Look at Elder Ariella, Elder Yashawamba, Elder Aratazar in Atlanta, Bishop Atazamon, Elder Malcolm. Look at all these elders. And then go up top. Look at the apostles. Elder Menatazar. You see what I'm saying? Elder Ibad, Elder Ayathan. Go look at all of them. They don't got long hair. Follow, you give double honors, follow them. Learn to be a good follower. And keep yourself out of trouble. Keep yourself out of the fire, bro. Simple. It's just not hard, man. It just really ain't. You know what I'm saying? So Lord willing, again, I can't tell you what to do. Even though it sounds like I am when I say cut your hair. I can't tell you what to do, but I can damn sure give you a stern warning that you should do it. And cut it down to what your hair is as long as the apostles. All right? So Lord willing, this was edifying. I'll give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashimi Awashai, Bashem Chakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the 1140 for first fruit. Till the next time, shalom. and repent. For Yahushua is coming back sooner than what me and you believed. Shalom.